Hello everyone, my name is Gary and today I would like to introduce the REMOVU A1 and M1. The A1 and M1 is a Bluetooth microphone and backpack for GoPro cameras. It allows you to record high quality audio onto your GoPro video even while the GoPro is inside the waterproof housing. First I'll show what's inside the box and then we'll go outside and we'll do some comparisons with the A1 and M1 to the built-in microphone on the GoPro. The audio that you're listening to right now is coming from the A1 and M1. So let's get into it. Inside the box you'll get an A1 backpack, the A1 connector that connects the backpack to the GoPro, an M1 waterproof housing if you're around water, the M1 microphone, the M1 windscreen to block out wind, the M1 swivel clip, the M1 swivel cradle, and a USB cable to charge the M1 and the A1. You can use the M1 swivel clip to mount it on the back of the M1 microphone or on the back of the M1 waterproof housing. You can then use the M1 swivel clip to clip it onto your clothing or other material. You can mount the M1 swivel cradle onto the M1 microphone or onto the M1 waterproof housing, and then you can mount the M1 onto any GoPro mount. To reduce wind noise, you can slide the M1 windscreen over the M1 microphone. When around water, you can protect the M1 by using the M1 waterproof housing. The A1 backpack attaches onto the GoPro just like any other GoPro backpack. You then use the A1 connector to connect the A1 to the GoPro so that the A1 can transmit the audio onto the GoPro video. The A1 backpack can be used with all the standard GoPro housings. It can be used with the first generation frame. It can also be used with the second generation frame. And it can also be used with the Hero 3, the Hero 3 Plus, and the Hero 4 waterproof housing when the waterproof housing is used with the backpack back door. To use the A1 and M1, simply turn the power on the M1 and the A1. When you're using the A1 and the M1 for the very first time, you'll have to pair them by pressing the Bluetooth pairing button on both the A1 and the M1. The lights will flash red and blue and then turn a solid blue once they've been paired. Once you see the blue lights, you're ready to record. Now let's go outside and do some comparisons. Alright, so I'm outside now. I'm going to do some comparisons between the GoPro internal mic and the A1 and M1. So I have two Hero 4 black cameras that I'm testing with. The first test is going to be with one of the GoPros inside the waterproof housing, and the other one is just going to be with the A1 and M1 in the frame. The A1 and M1 doesn't matter what housing we use because we're using Bluetooth to transmit the audio. So we'll always keep the A1 and M1 in the frame. So that was the A1 and M1 using the windshield on the mic. We'll switch over now to the GoPro internal mic.
And you can probably notice that now my voice is muffled and it's harder to hear me now because it's inside the waterproof housing. So less noise is getting through to the microphones. So we'll switch back to the A1 and M1.
I'm now going to switch so that the GoPro is also inside a frame. So we're going to do the internal mic with the GoPro frame with the A1 and M1. So I'll switch over to that now. Okay, so now we have both cameras inside the GoPro frame. The A1 and M1 is using the windshield on the mic, and right now you're listening to the A1 and M1. I'll switch over to the GoPro internal mic. So now this is on the GoPro internal mic. The sound quality should be a little bit better than the waterproof housing, but obviously not as good as the A1 and M1. It's not really windy right now, so you're probably not picking up any wind noise on the GoPro internal mic. So we'll do some tests now while we're moving. I'll ride my bicycle and we'll do some similar tests just because usually when you're filming on a GoPro you're moving, so we'll do some tests there. Okay, so we're listening to the A1 and M1 right now. We have both cameras in the frame. I have the windshield on the M1, so you shouldn't be hearing that much wind. I'm going at a fairly good pace, so there is some wind pickup. We'll switch over to the GoPro mic. Hearing some wind now. And you're not really picking up any of the surrounding sounds in the area. So you're listening to the A1 and M1 right now. The A1 and M1 is still inside the frame housing because it doesn't really matter. I have the M1 with the windshield on it so that the noise is reduced from the wind. We'll switch over to the GoPro internal mic.